Here are today's headlines. The House Justice Committee approves the impeachment articles against Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno for submission to the Senate. Senators approved the National ID System Bill on its third and final reading. Malacanang assures that Boracay's possible closure is not permanent. And Ligao City in Albay attracts athletes who are into extreme sports. Good day, I'm Pia Rosas Morato. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. The House Justice Committee is ready to send the articles of impeachment and its report against Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno to the Senate. The Chief Justice meanwhile maintains she expected lawmakers to impeach her. Here's our report.
33 members of the House Committee on Justice voted in favor of late Representative Vicente Veloso's motion to approve the report and the articles of impeachment against Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno. Under the rules on impeachment, a vote of 1/3, or at least 98 lawmakers of the total number of House members is needed to send the impeachment complaint to the Senate. Attorney Larry Gadon's complaint contains 4 grounds for impeachment, including culpable violation of the Constitution, corruption, other high crimes, and betrayal of public trust. The articles are said to be rooted from the findings of psychological and mental disorder of the Chief Justice. Among the allegations included in the impeachment articles are her failure to completely disclose her SALN, failing to truthfully declare her earnings as government counsel of the Piatco case, and acts of grandiosity, among others. Sereno spokesperson Josadine said they were expecting the lopsided vote and that Sereno is ready to face the Senate to defend herself. The Chief Justice also asked the High Court to junk the quo warranto petition filed by the Office of the Solicitor General for lack of jurisdiction. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Rom Dulfo.
The Sandigan Bayan challenged pork barrel scam mastermind Janet Leonapolis to prove her claims of harassment and threats. Napoles' lawyer filed an urgent motion for her transfer to the Witness Protection Program. Legal counsel Carlo Acasili said that the proceedings on the urgent motion are confidential and that the DOJ may be in the best position to answer the matter. Attorney Stephen David also said the jail cell of Napoles at Camp Bagong Diwa was ransacked recently by unidentified suspects who stole her laptop and documents vital to her defense. David said Napoles' admission to the Witness Protection Program would only be permanent if the DOJ finds her affidavit credible. The Sandigan Bayan 1st and 5th Divisions gave the prosecution a period of 10 days from Monday within which to formally file their comment on opposition on the motion. The Senate approves the proposed National ID System Bill on its third and final reading. Voting 17-2 in favor, Senators approved Senate Bill number 1738, or the Philippine Identification System, or PhilSys Act. Senator Panfilo Lacson said that the PhilSys is ready to be rolled out as early as next year. Lacson added that the Senate version aims to institute a single official ID for all citizens and foreign residents in the country, similar to the U.S. Social Security number. Under the ID system, the card holder is required to register personal data and biometrics information and other pertinent data. Lacson, meanwhile, assured that the ID card holder's privacy is protected in the system. He said that it would take 5 years and 25 billion pesos to fully implement the national ID system. Transport Group Piston claims it paralyzed up to 90% of public transportation during its strike on Monday. Piston's George San Mateo said the transport strike affected 80% of trips from the Cubao-Manila route as well as 70% of jeeps in the Marikina-Santa Mesa area. San Mateo also claims to have affected 90% of jeeps in Las Piñas, San Pedro Laguna, and Sangandaan, and 50% of trips in Alabang. LTFRB board member Eileen Lisada, however, said less than 1,400 or only 4% of commuters in Metro Manila were affected by the transport strike. Stranded commuters were assisted by government and private vehicles monitored by the Joint Quick Response Team for Transportation. Meanwhile, classes on all levels were suspended on Tuesday as well due to alleged threats posed by striking groups. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that although the government remains steadfast in modernizing public utility vehicles, it will not be bullied or held hostage by some transport groups. President Duterte vows to review drug cases that have been dismissed by the Department of Justice. PNP Chief Ronald De La Rosa said this is what the President decided on following the dismissal of the case against suspected drug lord Kerwin Espinosa, among others. Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre earlier formed a new panel of prosecutors to handle the case. De La Rosa said they are also monitoring another high-profile case involving a Shabu laboratory in Verac, Catanduanes, which is likely to be dismissed by prosecutors. If that happens, he said the President will use his power to review not only high-profile cases, but also possibly questionable decisions by the DOJ. Still to come, Malacanang assures that Boracay's possible closure is not permanent. The military's Northern Luzon Command goes on full alert for the upcoming anniversary of the new People's Army. These and more when the PNA Newsroom continues.
We are not talking here about mining, we are not talking about pollution, but we are talking about conservation, which is really our main purpose of the DNR, conservation of our natural resources.
We will provide them the best available care that we can provide under our laws to determine their actual origin. And if that is, if it's possible to still repatriate them, we will, so that they can go back to their natural habitat. But if that's no longer possible, then we will see how we can take care of them.
Naipakita na natin, we are very alert on this, and sana yung mga nag-iisip ng mga ganyan ay huwag na nilang ituloy yung mga kanilang ginagawa.
Malacanang assured that the recommendation to close Boracay will not be permanent. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that President Duterte could even decide to shorten the period to less than 1 year. He reiterated that any closure means that steps must be undertaken to protect the environment of Boracay. He added that it was still up to the President whether he would accept, reject, or even shorten the period of closure. The proposed 1-year closure of Boracay was recommended by an interagency task force headed by Environment Secretary Roy Simatu. The Aklan local government and tourism stakeholders have appealed to reconsider the 1-year closure as it could cripple the island's tourism industry. Malacanang reports that investors' confidence in manufacturing in the Philippines remains strong. Presidential spokesman Harry Roque said that based on data from the Department of Trade and Industry, manufacturing investments in the country increased to $1.5 billion inflows in 2017 from $334 million in 2016. Leading in the manufacturing sector are industries related to the food business, radio and TV production and communication equipment, as well as non-chemical products, basic metal and non-metallic mineral products. The bulk of the foreign equity investment in this sector comes from Singapore, Japan, the Netherlands, United States, and Luxembourg. Farmers affected by the eruption of Mayon volcano may now avail of a 25,000 peso zero-interest loan. The loan is made available through the Survival and Recovery Assistance or SURE program of the Department of Agriculture. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said this was based on the financial assistance promised by President Duterte last January. Eligible farmers will receive an initial 5,000 pesos for his daily needs, while the rest would be given once he returns to his home or farmland. The Municipal Agriculture Officer has been ordered to submit the list of names of farmers to be endorsed to the Department of Agriculture. The military's Northern Luzon Command, or NOLCOM, is on full alert status in preparation for the 49th founding anniversary of terrorist group New People's Army on March 29. Lieutenant Colonel Isagani Nato, NOLCOM information officers, said that they would keep an eye on the rebels for possible attacks and extortion activities. Nato said that despite the dwindling number of rebels, the NPA is still capable of launching small-scale offensives in northern Luzon. A NOLCOM intelligence report revealed that there are more than 400 NPA members roaming around the provinces of Pangasinan, Tarlac, Nueva Ecija, Cagayan, and Nueva Vizcaya. Authorities announced the arrest of Nueva Vizcaya's #1 personality on the drug watch list. The suspect was identified as Rex Cabanilla, 39 years old, businessman and a resident of Caloocan, Bambang, Nueva Vizcaya. Cabanilla was arrested in a buy-bust operation conducted by joint elements of the Provincial Drug Enforcement Unit and local police. Seized from the suspect were a heat-sealed transparent plastic sachet containing shabu and the marked money used in the buy-bust. Cabanilla is now facing charges for violation of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002.
Divorce and the dissolution of marriage may now be institutionalized as congressmen voted to pass the divorce bill despite President Duterte's opposition to legalize the measure. House Bill 7303, or the Absolute Divorce Act of 2018, passed on its third and final reading with 134 in favor, 57 opposed, while 2 congressmen abstained. The bill aims to ensure that divorce petitioners are granted the most efficient and affordable proceedings, especially for indigent petitioners.
Up next, Ligao City in Albay attracts athletes who are into extreme sports. The old images of St. Catherine of Siena draw pilgrims into an old church in Bataan. These and more when the PNA Newsroom returns.
Your peso reaches far and wide. Your contribution changes lives. Your taxes build airports, bring guests to our shores, boost our local trade, improve our lives.
Salamat.
Salamat sa inyo.
Salamat sa inyo.
Maraming salamat po.
Every peso you contribute revives rivers, helps revitalize the environment, gives us the opportunity to commune with nature, keeps us away from floods, and gives us peace of mind.
Salamat sa inyo.
Salamat sa inyo.
Your taxes build trains, the means to affordable transport. Trains to take us to work efficiently, that eventually increases our productivity.
Salamat po sa inyo.
Salamat sa inyo.
Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Salamat!
Your taxes send our youth to school, give them free and quality education. Your taxes make education a right and not a privilege. You provide students a better future. You help create a new generation of outstanding Filipinos.
Shukran kathir! Maraming salamat po!
Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Maraming salamat sa inyo.
The taxes you pay expand our nautical highways, bringing trade and produce all over our islands, maximizing our seas, providing a more affordable way to travel, bringing our islands and our people closer together.
Daghang salamat!
Daghang salamat! Daghang salamat!
The taxes you pay reflect your support for second chances. You help build havens for Filipinos who want to change their lives. You help them become productive and law-abiding citizens. You give hope to them and to their families.
Agyaman na kanyayam amin!
Salamat!
Salamat po.
Salamat!
Your taxes rebuild lives torn by war. You give them a fresh start. Your taxes tell them they are not forgotten. You help them alleviate the pain of loss. You give them back confidence after experiencing fear.
Pinalamatan na Miss Kanulangon.
Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Salamat sa inyo.
Salamat po.
Your contributions take care of our heroes, those who put their lives in harm's way for our protection. Soldiers who leave the comforts of their families so we can be with ours. Men and women of courage whose worth is invaluable.
Salamat sa inyo.
Salamat sa inyo.
Your taxes build bridges, highways and roads, linking cities and towns. Your taxes create a ripple that goes far beyond a brick and mortar. Your contribution, no matter how small, is felt by many, affecting change, affecting lives. Your taxes bring hope, create a better future, build a country.
Salamat sa inyo!
Magpaspasalamat kami kanyayo.
Daghang salamat!
Salamat sa inyo!
Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Salamat sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat sa inyo!
The Bureau of Jail Management and Penology will place all of its facilities on red alert status starting March 25 or Palm Sunday. BJMP Chief Jail Director Deogracias Tapayan said this is to ensure that jail operations are in order this coming Lenten season. Tapayan said they expect a high volume of visitors as well as Lenten activities to be held by inmates inside prison facilities. All personnel are expected to be on guard to prevent untoward incidents. All leaves will also be canceled while on full alert. The BJMP has also started inspecting jail facilities to prevent the spread of summer diseases. Dozens of athletes flocked to Ligao Albay for the 3rd Sunflower Festival and the Mount Masaraga National Enduro Challenge over the weekend. The Enduro Challenge was held to commemorate Earth Hour and help promote pro-environment extreme sports tourism in Mount Masaraga, an extinct stratovolcano. The event attracted bike enthusiasts around the country, as well as foreigners from Sabah, Malaysia, and the Netherlands. 3rd District Representative Fernando Gonzalez said they are developing and promoting sports tourism in Mount Masaraga as ecotourism destination. Mayor Patricia Gonzalez Alsua said Mount Masaraga is one of the most strategic sites for sports tourism in the country, as well as hiking and camping activities. Lawag City in Ilocos Norte was announced as the host of the 2018 Milo Marathon National Finals. The December 9 race in the city will culminate an 11-leg Milo Marathon season that will actually commence up north as well. Urdaneta will be the location of the first leg of the 2018 season, which will take place on July 15. The Metro Manila leg of the season, which features a full 42-kilometer marathon as the main event, will happen on July 29. Cebu, which hosted last year's finals, will be 7th in turn in the order of hosting on October 14. The Milo Marathon will have stops in Tarlac, Batangas, Lucena, Iloilo, General Santos, Butuan, and Cagayan de Oro this year. A group of churches in Bataan is a favored destination of Filipinos practicing the Lenten tradition of Visita Iglesia. One of them is home to an old image that attracts tourists. Here is our report.
2 old images of St. Catherine of Siena that reside in the 422-year-old Church of Samal, one of the 7 pilgrim churches in Bataan, continue to attract thousands of faithful in their Visita Iglesia. One image is believed 403 years old, while the other is 300 years old. They are no longer seen in the main portion of the church, but are already for preservation in the archive. The oldest image has its face, neck, and hands still intact and clean, although the body shows termite infestation. It was brought by the early Dominicans who started building the church in 1596. Many from various areas in Luzon and Metro Manila pass by the Samal Church and the other 6 pilgrim churches in their annual Lenten devotion. Pilgrims started their Visita Iglesia from the Hermosa Church to the churches in Orani, Samal, Abucay, Balanga City, Pilar, and Orion. In each church, groups recited prayers and performed the Way of the Cross. These churches were declared as pilgrim sites where thousands of visitors come every Lenten season. The Church of Abucay is the oldest in Bataan and one of the first built in the country, being 430 years old. Santo Domingo de Guzman is the patron saint. The Church of Samal, with St. Catherine of Siena as patron saint, follows at 422 years. The Pilar Church, dedicated to Virgen Milagrosa del Pilar, is the youngest at 217 years. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Janice Cave.
Let's now check out the weather forecast for Metro Manila and the rest of the country. Let's take another look at today's headlines. The House Justice Committee approves the impeachment articles against Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno for submission to the Senate. Senators approve the National ID System Bill on its 3rd and final reading. Malacanang assures that Boracay's possible closure is not permanent. And Ligao City in Albay attracts athletes who are into extreme sports. Thank you for watching another edition of the PNA Newsroom. To check out these and other stories, visit the PNA website or follow the Philippine News Agency on Facebook and Twitter. For more stories about the government and how it serves the Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all of our social media platforms and websites. And that's your daily dose of the hottest news and the latest information that you need to know from the PNA Newsroom. I'm Pia Rosas Maroto. Good day.